Hello everyone, this is Anas Abasi and you all are watching me on YouTube. As you all know, the sea trade is the huge industry and you need a huge amount of investment to get into that. Whether if you are investing in the freight forwarding business or you are investing in the container business, you need a huge amount of investment. In this video, I will be explaining about how the container business works, how much investment you need to get into that and how much profit you can earn from that. So stick till the end of this video. I will be explaining each and every part. So let's talk about how container business works. So basically there are three stakeholders involved in this business. One, that is individual who is investing in this business. The second one is the leasing company, and the third one is the one who uses that container, whether they are a freight forwarder or they are a shipping company. So let's talk about if you are individual and you are thinking to get into this business. So what are the requirements and how much investment you need to get into this business? So if you are individual, you need to buy a container and you have to give that container into a leasing company. The first option is this, and the second option is this. If you have a lot of investment, you can be a leasing company and you can own multiple containers. This option requires a huge investment. You need hundreds and thousands of containers to be a leasing company. So you will give that container to a freight forwarder or shipping company and you will get your percentage margin in that. So if you are individual and you are trying to invest in this business, so what are the options for you? Let's talk about that. So basically, if you are individual and you are trying to get into this business, you need a small amount of investment rather than if you are a leasing company or if you want to invest in a leasing company. So in that case, you need a huge amount of investment. So as an individual, if you are trying to get into this business, you need to firstly find out a leasing company and you need to find out what are the terms and conditions of them. You need to find out how many minimum number of containers they are taking. Some of the companies, they take one container, and maximum of the companies, they take 3 containers as the minimum units. So let's talk about the price of container. Presently, the 20 feet containers is priced about $2,500 to $3,500 depending on its condition, whether it's new or used. You can buy new and you can buy a used one. So 40 feet container, it costs you minimum of the $4,500 and maximum $5,000 to $5,500. So till this point, I explained that how you can invest in that. So first option was as an individual and the second option was as a leasing company. And if you will invest as an individual, you need a less amount of investment, and if you will be investing as a leasing company, so you need huge amount of investment. So let's talk about what are the plans you can choose while doing a contract with the leasing company. So basically there are two types of plans you can sign with the leasing company. The first one is short-term aggressive plan and the second one is long-term conservative plan. So what happens in the short-term aggressive plan, you invest for the less amount of time, but the profit base is on the actual market rates or actual market profit. So you will get the margin based on what the ship earn or what that leasing company earns in the actual. In the long-term conservative plan, so there is a pre-decided amount like 15%, 20% or 25% annual returns. So some of the companies in the conservative plans, they give you from 15% to 25% of the annual returns on your containers. And in short-term aggressive plan, some of the companies, they give you from 80% to 110 or 120% profit margin. But if you want to observe the fluctuation in the market, you can invest in the aggressive plan. But on the other hand, you have to observe the failure also, and you have to observe the losses also based on the actual market prices. So if I talk about present situation, as you all know that after the corona, the business market is quite busy and the containers are quite busy. The business market is in boom, so they are getting a good amount of profits, and the demand of the containers are also high. Presently there are two conditions. One condition is that after corona the business market is in boom, so the containers are very busy. And the second option is that the China has occupied all of the containers. The maximum number of the containers are used by the China. So there is a lot of need of the new containers to be invested in this industry. Presently I am in South Korea, and the freight rates from South Korea to other countries are very high. So the reason being, the first is that the China, they are occupying a lot of containers and they are using a lot of containers, and the second one is that the market is very busy after that corona. So this is the right time to invest in this business. So let's talk about another thing, and this thing is very important, that if you are signing a bond with some of the companies, so what they do is, if you sign aggressive bond, and in an aggressive plan, the companies the leasing companies that sign a bond for maximum of 3 years, or some companies they sign the bond for maximum of 5 years. So what happens is that after 3 years you have to renew that bond, and this bond is open means you can quit anytime. But if you quit after 1 year, the company will give you 50% of the price of that container. If your container costs 3,000, so if you quit after 1 year, they will give you $1,500. And if you quit after 2 years, so companies they give you around 30% or 25%. That depends upon each type of contract. And if you quit after 3 years, so they will give you around 15% of your actual price of the container. And in long-term conservative plan, so minimum you can invest for is for the 5 years, and maximum maybe for the 10 years, and maybe for the 12 or 15 years. That depends upon your contract. So basically market says that your container's life is about 15 to 20 years. And in some of the companies, what they do, they allow you to invest single containers, but this case is very rare. Maximum companies they allow you to invest in the minimum of the 3 containers, and maximum around 45 to 50 containers, or even more than that. So you should keep in your mind that you need minimum 3 containers to invest in that. So 3 container means if you are investing in 20 feet container, you need around $9,000 to $10,000. Or if you are investing in 40 feet container, so you need around $15,000. So in this video I explained what are the type of investment, which is the aggressive plan and the conservative plan, and what are the investment costs. So you can invest in the 20 feet container and the 40 feet container. And the third thing I explain is that you can be an individual and you can be a leasing company. So this is a good business model, as you all know that sea trade is a huge industry, but investment cost is very high. Even a single ship, a small ship, costs you millions of dollars. So if you are an individual and you have a less amount of investment and you want to get into this business, you can actually start from the container business. The container business costs about $2,500 to $300,000 to start as an individual. So this is all about how you can invest in container business. I hope everyone is clear. Please subscribe to my channel and stick with the channel to get more interesting videos like these. See you in the next video.